non-fiction. We're passionate about the hard-hitting stories that matter. Get ready to challenge your perception and discover the real world. Let's dive deep into the issues that affect our communities, revealing the untold stories and giving you a voice. No sensationalism, no bias, just raw, unadulterated truth. I am committed to delivering news without compromise. Hard facts as we know them, when we know them, and how they affect you. Every Monday through to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. This will be your most authentic news experience starting now on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
This is Hard Facts.
Yes, it is Hard Facts, and it's coming to you on the nation's #1 talk news and sports radio station. We're broadcasting live from our audiovisual studios right here in Maryann Okon, Victoria Island, Lagos. I hope you did have a great weekend. Yes, I'm sure you did. Welcome to Hard Facts. I'm Maryann Okon. It's an abridged version of the show all through the week and in the next few weeks to come because, of course, for those of you who do not know, the I Beg to Differ Students Debate Championships has finally arrived. And here we are in the studio talking about it, obviously. Don't forget, the very first round playoffs is starting today. And since the cat's already out of the bag, I will be the new face on the show. Side by side, Femi Obong-Daniels. Today, Alexandra C. Ritchie and Akimbode O'Mary would go head to head in the very first part of this competition. And then, of course, on the 5 o'clock hour, Chibike Gospel and Anthony Anaga will be going head to head. Well, it's a new season. You cannot afford to miss it. But while we get ready for the 4 o'clock hour, what are we doing on the 3 o'clock hour? Because it's an abridged version, I'm bringing my big hard facts to the 3 o'clock hour. And my guest is joining me via Zoom. We're going to be talking about something that Kayode Fayemi said last week. I did promise that we're going to be talking about it elaborately. So if you're an articulate, join the conversation. If you're an, what do they call them? An obedient, join the conversation. If you are an Agbado somebody, join the conversation. And if you are a Kwankwasia, the conversation is all about all of us. Yes, because I'm going to tell you exactly what Kayode Fayemi said. But most importantly, our conversation is about these public political fights amongst politicians and how we are caught in between these fights. And then there's always that thing that we miss. Something obviously flies through the cracks that we never catch. But of course, when those fights are done, the deal is done. Tunji Abdulhameed is a lawyer by profession, also a politician, and a member of the People's Democratic Party is joining us live via Zoom. Tunji, it's so good to have you join us. Have you spoken to me this year on the show? No. So Happy New Year. It's still February, so I can do that, yes?
Happy New Year, Maryann.
Yeah.
And I wish you the best of 2025.
Well,
it's not too late.
I'm sure that we're all going to be hoping that 2025 is a good year. But thank you very much for joining us. I want to go straight into the conversation. Now, the former governor of Ekiti State, Kayode Fayemi, who's also been a minister, had a few things to say about these political fights and, how public and exaggerated it is. And I'd like to quote him directly. He said, political fights are for public entertainment. I'll go into it. He dismissed the belief that Nigerian politicians are bitter rivals, saying that perceived fights are exaggerated and largely staged to entertain the public. Now, he spoke during a Thanksgiving service in Ekiti State, describing these political disagreements as mere theatrics, and particularly for social media. I'd like to quote him. He said, "So all these things you read on social media are for entertainment. Many will wonder why Governor Segun Oni is here during his birthday. I spent the entire day with him." He's saying many would wonder why Segun Oni is here, but during his birthday, I spent the entire day with him. And Governor Ayodele Fayose too would have been here without hesitation if he was around. He said, despite political differences, politicians are not enemies but remain committed to progress. Well, Tunji, that's where you come in. Before every election cycle, there are fights, divisions. In fact, now that you and I are having this conversation and it's not election season, I don't remember that you are from Kwara State. I don't remember that you're a Yoruba man. I don't remember that, you're from the Southwest. But once it's close to campaign season, then I remember that you're a Yoruba man. Then you remember that I'm from the South. I should go back to my state. And this is not because all of a sudden I'm realizing that we're not from the same state, but because someone has peddled that information and has even made it look like people like me are usurpers. We're coming to take all the goodies in Lagos or in the Southwest and leaving our homes or our home states. Why do you think that these divisions have continuously held sway as opposed to conversations about how we can progress as a people?
Yeah, thank you for the question, Maryann. But before I go directly to your question, let me say I align myself to an extent with the submission of the former governor of Ekiti State and the former minister, to the extent that politicians don't fight. They don't fight. It's only people that are supporters and the people who are following them that talks about fighting. They don't fight. They only disagree on interest. And that's why it's very easy to see Mr. A move from APC to PDP or CDP to YCC or whatever, because they're not fighting. It's only about interest. You can see the Boala's saga. No matter how he lampoon the president during campaign, you can see he's back to the president because they are not fighting. It's just an interest. Once the interests align, they come back together. And to your question directly, you see the politicians that adopt that particular method because they realize that Nigerians are carried away by that sentiment, political sentiment, ethnic sentiment, and religious sentiment. Even when that ethnic sentiment will not give them any benefit, they still prefer that it must be my person. So I've been asking that question when people fight and say it's our turn, it must come from our side. I've asked questions. People that have gotten people that have come from their side. What are the benefits that are accrued to them? How well have they been achieving results or benefiting from the dividend of democracy? So for me, the politicians are using that system because they know that that divisive system, because they know we are buying it. When people are not buying it, they won't use it again. Because for people like me, you cannot tell me somebody is from the north or from the south or where, and that is the reason why I must support that person. You can't work with me. It can't work because I'm asking what would be the benefit to my people. How would that person coming from our region benefit my people? If that benefit will not come from my people, it's better for me to support people outside my region that will give me benefits than support somebody from my region that will not give me benefit. That would not work with me. But some people don't care. What they want to see is that the man is from our place, even if the man is not useful to them. So they've seen that pattern of a sentiment, religion, political sentiment, and all those things. So because of that, and they are using it. Politicians don't fight. They don't fight. There's no fight in politics. They don't fight, except those who are not a serious politician, who are just a baby politician, who are just trying to learn, or who are just not even serious in it. They only fight based on interest. When they have different interests, you can see Mr. Fawemi. Before now, if he were to be in this government, he will not be saying what he's saying. Now that he's not in the government, you can see Mr. El-Rufai. If Mr. El-Rufai were to be in this government, he won't be saying what he's saying today now. He'll be giving us another story. So it's about interest. So once the interests align, they work together. Once the interest is not aligned, Mr. Abdulhameed has worked together with Alhaji Atiku Abubakar before. Mr. Nuri Badu has worked for and against Tinubu, the president of Nigeria today. In fact, at the point, even though he denied it, he has categorized Asiwaju as one of those corrupt governors that we have. So for me, it's about interest. It's about interest. It's not they don't fight. So that is truth.
So let's talk about us, the people, because this conversation is about us, and that's why I called all the movements, the articulates, the Agbados, the Obedience, and the Kwankwasis. And there might be other movements, of course, the guys who support Showore and several other people. Why do we, because what you're saying now is that it's not even a hidden, secret that these politicians take advantage of our emotions and our sentiments to divide us. And it's not like we don't know these things, but we still allow for it to happen year in, year out, or every election cycle. Why exactly do we continue to fall for these tricks? Because, of course, from the outside looking in, someone would say, well, Nigeria will never change if we continue in this regard. So why do we continue?
Maryann, it will be difficult for me to be able to answer that question because I don't fall in that category. I am not taken by that sentiment.
You're a politician.
I am not, so,
are you trying to tell me that you've used a little bit of propaganda to try to get some votes?
I have not done that. I've not been doing that. And I've been supporting people who are not. I've said it, I'm a Muslim. If I see a Christian that will give me what I'm looking for, what will benefit my people and my life, I will go for him. I won't. What is in the religion that somebody who call himself a Muslim like myself will suffer me, and I will say because he's a Muslim I must support him, or somebody who's a Christian and you say that will give me a hardship, and you say because he's a Christian I'm also a Christian I should support him. That will not work with me because I will say I'm not from the southwest. I'm from the north. You say somebody from the north who will not give me what I need, I should support him because he's from the north. You must be able to explain to me how that is going to benefit my people and myself. So for me, most people fall into it because of that. Some people are down. When people start calling out from their name and from where they call from, you will even know where they belong to. So some people are like that. So they don't even care. They don't even know what is on ground. The fact that when you speak, they look at where you come from or party you belong to. And I remember it's not new. I remember when I was at university, when we do even in my small state meeting, Kwara State meeting, when somebody speaks and it's from a particular ethnic group, from Kwara or from a particular local government, the person that will respond will not respond based on the thing he said, but because of where he belongs to. So it's been long, and people are seeing that the politicians are using that advantage, are using that to their advantage. They want to tell you people things that will make them win election. And when they tell you people are buying it, they see this is the way to go. And they are going in that regard. So it's become part of our system. They realize that and they will divide you. And that was why during the election, you see people sending people back to their seats. But after the election, they are saying we are one. We should be working together. So it's a game. And they are playing it well. And people are buying it.
So as a politician and as a lawyer, I'm guessing that you'd be a very smart person, which you are. If you were to be speaking to all of these people who've divided themselves into conclaves because they support this person or that person and not necessarily policies or programs, they just support this person and they believe in this person, what would you be telling them, or how would you help them to emancipate themselves from what Bob Marley would have called some sort of mental slavery? Because this conversation might happen and still go above many people's heads. Like you said, all of the things that they did in the name of the people that they support have not necessarily yielded anything. Their lives have not been better. Things are getting worse and worse. And this is not just because it's Asiwaju who's there. I mean, it could have been the same thing when there was Buhari. It could have been the same thing when it was Goodluck Jonathan. But I'm saying, how do we emancipate ourselves and begin to think interest-based like the average politician? I know I shouldn't be asking a politician this question, but hey, you guys seem to be 10 steps ahead of us, and that's not because you're smarter, it's because we refuse to think. So how would you advise the average person to begin to also be interest-based just like a politician?
Yeah, Maryann, take it or leave it. Nigerian buying what the politicians are selling shows that they are smarter than the people. And what I would just tell the people that fight and die, fight because of politicians, is that don't die in their war. They are not fighting. You can see, if you look at it, you will see Mr. A abusing Mr. B, and tomorrow or next month, you will see Mr. A's son marrying Mr. B's son that who have been enemy in politics. So they are not fighting. It's like I said, it's about interest. So don't I would just tell those who do that, is that don't die in their war because they are not fighting. There's no war. There's no war. It's only interest. The interest there's a disagreement in their interest or in where they are looking for at. So once the interests align, they come back together. So people also should not just be, and this is happening because most people don't even look at the programs or the party or the candidates. They look at where they belong to, where they come from, and with the party they come from. And that was why in the last election you see some people who just once you belong to the Labour Party in some area, you have won election. So people also, even those who decamp from APC and PDP to Labour Party, they become a better person because they're now in Labour Party. And that was why that's why you see them today. Some of them are back to where they belong. they are the camping. So because he was not looking to look at, I don't see why. Sorry to mention him, Banky W to lose that election in Lagos State, because people confirmed, even those who voted against him, confirmed that he was a better candidate, but because he's in PDP. Should that matter? Should that matter? What are we looking for? We are looking for somebody that will work. When you have few people at the House or National Assembly who are seen as being good or honest, there's nothing they can do. At the point they have to fall and join the fight. And join the other caucus and say, look, if you can't beat them, you join that. That's what we are seeing today. So in other words, when we want to vote for people or want to support a candidate, don't just look at where he belongs to. Look at that person as an individual. Look at him, even if he's in PDP or APC. Don't generalize it and say just because somebody's in PDP, it's a bad man. Because somebody's in the Labour Party, it's a good man. Somebody's in APC, it's a bad man or a good man. No, it is about what that person can do. Look at that person as an individual. But we don't do that oftentimes. Majority of people don't do it. Unfortunately, people that will not buy this idea are not interested in the process. That is the problem.
Sorry to talk over you. Let me just come in there. Could it also be, because what you're telling me is that, sometimes you just look at, the person's trajectory, antecedents and decide if they're going to be capable of doing a job or not. But could the reason why we're being swayed in different directions, could it be that our parties don't have ideologies and our parties are built around personalities as opposed to policies and programs or a sense of direction per se?
Maryann, even not only party that are built on personality, even the country country system as a whole is built on personality, not the system itself, not the institution. And that's why you see individuals stronger than the country. And that's why you see the president talks about certain few people holding the country to ransom in terms of subsidy. And therefore, because they can't deal with them, they must inflict the pains on all Nigerians. So it shows to you that, look, it's not about the system. It's not about the institution. It's about individuals. So we have elevated individual to the level of the owners of the country, to the level that, look, whatever they say. And that's why you see in some party, whatever 1, 2, 3 people say is regarded as the interest of the party. Or if that party is in government, that will be the interest of the government. So it's not about. So until we decide to say, look, for me to take side, I must look at these people. Sincerely speaking, most politicians in Nigeria don't have principle. They don't believe in their principle. Some of them are frustrated. Those who have the principle to an extent are frustrated to abandon the principle, because when you even fight for the people that you are saying you are fighting for, the same people will come and mock you when things fall apart and say you are not a smart man. Is that how like I said, I remember in my state, that was 1980, what was that, 83 or so, I can't remember, when we have a military president or so, and we have a civilian governors. I remember the speaker of my state that time, he's from a very, by the time he became speaker, he was not even expecting it. He had a car that was not even on the road, has no tires. So as soon as he was made speaker, he was asked to move to the state house. He said no, to the quarter made for the speaker. He said no, I'm not going to stay. I'm not going to move out of my family house. I'll be in my family house. Come and innovate it for me if you want me to live comfortably. And they came and he was living in face me and face you. And they turned it to self-contained because he said he will not go, that he will not leave the space. This man was doing so that, and he was provided with telephone. There was no mobile. He was provided with the proper line and telephone so he can call. He will not allow you to use the phone if it's not for government work. His son will not be able to use it. His car, whenever he comes back from office, he will park the official car. If you go anywhere, say no, let's carry my car. He bought car at that time. The police at 7 o'clock said, Mr. Man, go to your house. Nobody will come here. Go and sleep inside your house. Don't sleep outside while I'm sleeping inside. You know what my people call him? If you want to steal money and you give him an idea of how to make money to be made, he will turn it down. People say, this speaker is not loud. And they will decide cursing him. So I'm trying to tell you that even our people, when people are trying to even fight for them,
do the right thing,
they see that person as a dumb or as somebody that are not even smart. So what I'm saying is that most time these people that will call supporters that would think they don't know what they are doing. Some of them are also doing it for their own personal interest. Some of them are doing it for their own personal interest. And they will not pretend as if they were doing it genuinely because of certain area they belong to. We know some of the analysts and some of the people who call themselves activists. who are working for certain party or certain group, and they will come and start talking about we are activists, we are this and that.
Okay, I want to go on a quick break, Tunji, because you have touched on something that a lot of people might not agree with you, but of course it's the reality. When we come back, Tunji Abdulhameed is a lawyer. He's also a politician joining us. We're talking about the divisions that happen as a result of political fights, public fights, and of course, the average politician, in quotes, yes, of course, Kaide Fayemi says these things are for public entertainment. We'll be right back to take your thoughts and comments after the break. It's still Hard Facts.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
That special secret that awakens taste buds. Mouth-watering wonder with awesome aroma. Terra Seasoning Cubes.
Terra Seasoning Cube turns your meals into a masterpiece.
Unwrap joy, unleash taste. Hey, come cook with Terra Cubes. Come cook with Terra.
Your favorite neighborhood pastry shop, Chocolariel, proudly celebrates 30 years of bringing flavors, joy, and unforgettable moments to your tables. Because aside dazzling you with tasty treats, we have also catered to your special occasions. Over the decades, it has been our greatest joy to serve you, your families, and your businesses during life's most cherished moments. Each occasion has been an opportunity to connect, create, and celebrate alongside you. Your support has been the foundation of our success, and we are deeply thankful. To our valued clients and partners, thank you for trusting us to make your special occasions extraordinary. Your support and loyalty have been the secret ingredients to our success. To our dedicated team, thank you for your hard work, passion, and creativity. To our wonderful suppliers, your partnership and dedication have been instrumental in building our reputation and bringing smiles to countless faces. Here's to 3 decades of creating delicious memories and many more to come.
Come alive, oh. Pepetera. For that tasty meal where you like, oh. Pepetera. I mean, you won't cook food to impress, oh. Pepetera. Hey, Pepetera, Pepetera.
Whether it's jollof or na stew, even for porridge or spaghetti, cook to impress with Pepetera.
Here we go again. This Monday, I Beg to Differ debate tournament returns. The show where opinions clash, perspectives collide, and the conversation never stays in one lane. At 4 p.m., Alexander Richie Chidima will face up with Akimbode Oluwadarasimi Mary as they debate the topic, religious studies in primary and secondary schools should be abolished. And at 5 p.m., Chibike Chinedu Gospel will test his word power against Anthony Ndukweanaga on the topic, single-sex schools are better than unisex schools. Join your host, Femi Opong-Daniels, and Maryann Okon as they dive head first into the debate that matter. I Beg to Differ is supported by Obiwizi and Christian Schools. Prize money sponsor, Tollywood College, Lagos. For sponsorship inquiries, send an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm. I Beg to Differ. 32 debaters. 1 winner. 1 million naira. I Beg to Differ. The Tournament of Champions.
Go for gold, Terra Gold Cube, the amazing seasoning cube. So when you're cooking your delicious meals, don't compromise. Go for gold. Go for gold.
Rich, consistent taste for cooking mouth-watering soups, stews, and jollof. Choose wisely. Choose Gold. Terra Gold Seasoning Cube.
1 cube. Endless possibilities. Terra Gold.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hard Facts. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories. You know we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Yes, we're back. If you're just joining us, we're talking about political fights, the public ones that we see. You know, some of them, they'd call it a Cold War. And then you'd see people divided on both sides. And one would be team this and the other would be team that. And it's even happened in political parties where, you know, they give themselves, the followers give themselves a name. But, you know, the most irritating part of it is what I see when I watch, for example, if I watch Channels TV on YouTube. The moment the man signs on the show, they start, some people will say, this so person till 2030 something. So person in 2027. And then there's this back and forth insults about tribe, about religion. And I think to myself, is this the Nigeria that we really want? Or is this what we have become as a people? Because the division is so glaring, and it's, for the want of a better way to describe it, it's bowel turning. You know, it's so despicable, the things that we do, or the things that I see people say to each other on social media, especially on YouTube Live, when someone is commenting about issues of political importance. They come from nowhere with some of these irritatingly biased and sometimes senseless, you know, arguments. And that's because of who they support at the moment. And so I always ask, like I ask for every other conversation, where does the common interest of the average Nigerian, because when this rain falls, finally, it falls on every roof, where is the interest of the average person? Now, you did, by the way, my guest is Tunji Abdulhameed. He is a lawyer and a politician. Now, Tunji, you made mention of the fact that there are people who have come out in the guise of, oh, I'm an activist, I'm a public commentator, I'm here for the people, but half the time, there's someone who's paying them to do this. And sometimes very close to the elections, you can easily see, or right after the elections, where you'd see them awarded with certain positions, and then you can actually tell, you know, where they actually lie. But even when those things happen, it still doesn't change our mindset, Nigerians, as followers, to see that this is a game that is being played, that maybe we should also start, you know, setting up our own chessboard. Do you think that we might be able to surmount this mindset problem anytime soon?
Maryann, it's going to be difficult. I think it has come to stay because it's going to be difficult for us to go out of this conundrum. I'm saying so because you see, these politicians, they have their targets, they have their markets, they have people they are looking at, and these are the people they are selling this market to, and these are the people that are buying it. Those of you that will not buy it, you are not interested in it. You are not participating. So and they are even happy that you are not participating. So because if you are participating, the market they are selling will not sell, they won't be able to sell well, or you will spoil their market. So in that regard, they target their audience, and their audience are following them, and they're buying it. And that's why they push the issue of sentiment and religion and ethnic sentiment in the front, and talks about when people talk, you don't even look at the message. What they'll be attacking is the person, or even where it comes from. So for me, it's going to be difficult. I will not, if I want to sit here and say very soon we are going to get out of it, it's going to be difficult. Except when we have 80% of our allies. Even these allies that we are talking about, some of them are even worse than people who don't call it, that are not allies. Some of them, in quotes, are just that kind of people that I'm trying to struggle for adjective that will not be as if I'm abusing anybody. So in the absence of an adjective, let me just leave it. So, Maryann, you see, the system is everybody is just fighting for itself, for themselves. And that's why you see people today, when people like us that go to radio and TV and talk all the time. You know, Maryann, I became a politician, not because I was planning for it. In fact, I've been involved in politics for long, not active for politics. No, that I've been doing my thing, empowering my people, and doing before I even become open as a politician. I've been doing that. But I go to radio and go to TV and talk about people not participating. Sometimes now, after the program, I now look at myself, are you participating? I would like to look at myself, are you participating? That was why I said, look, I must walk the talk. And that was how I became a full politician. When I say full politician, I still have my job. I'm in my office. Yeah. I'm not that kind of politician that don't have a job.
But you're a card-carrying member of a political party, obviously.
Of a party, yes. I'm a card-carrying member of a political party. I have contested election, and I'm still planning to contest.
So you see,
people that would not take money, people that cannot be bought, people that will not be sentimental. The majority of us are not interested. And even when we're interested, some of them are looking for what will be my interest. How will you butter my bread? What will I gain? And that's why you don't see people with sincerity when it comes to these things. And they know their target and they are already taking them. So for me, it's going to be difficult because we have been addicted to it. This sentiment of a thing. Because I don't even believe in that political. It's our tongue. The North should do for 8 years. The Guinea should do it. I don't believe in it. That is dividing us more.
But the crafters of that particular idea would tell you that they did it because they wanted there to be some sort of fair hearing and a balance of sorts, and that's why they resorted to that.
What balance? What balance? It's not about their interest. They know what they are doing. Somebody who's become independent, they planned it. And people don't know. He was planning, he was giving chance for other people to go and so that we could say, it's my line now. And you see, it's my turn. Okay. And he has taken his turn. For me, quickly,
let me just ask a quick question because I want to open up the phone lines. In case you're just joining us, we're live on facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. You could join the conversation, post your comments on our live feed. On WhatsApp, it's 0809595 That's 08095975805. Do you agree with my guest, or do you totally disagree with him? Don't forget, for those of us who have decided to be articulate or obedient or magbado or kwankwasia, how has this helped us as a country? Are these things policy driven, or are they sentiments because we like a particular person? And okay, if your own person that you liked has gotten into power, how has that metamorphosed into better policies to better your lot and that of your family? These are questions I ask because we fight against ourselves as if we are the enemies of ourselves, as opposed to the guys who are flying in private jets, rolling in yachts. I mean, they pay $10,000 per private flight from Lagos to Abuja. They're living La Vida Loca off your backs. And the central bank is asking you to pay more money now for withdrawals. The power generating companies are going to up their tariff yet again. Telcos have done the same. How has you being an agbado or obedient or kwankwasia or whatever helped you as a Nigerian? That's the conversation we're having. And if it hasn't, when are we going to blur those lines? Anyway, the phone lines are open. 0201 465 7190 0201 465 7190. Tunji, when we take a few calls, I want to come to you. I know that this is not something you would want to comment on, but there's been a development with this Lagos State House of Assembly, and I would like to ask your input on that. But let's take a few calls for now. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon. My name is Cook. I'm calling from Makokoyaba.
You have 60 seconds. Go ahead, please.
Our guest is telling us that they are not really fighting. I can't understand.
But they're not.
Williams was killed. And somebody telling us that they are not really fighting. And one senator on the platform of Labour Party at Enugu East was killed inside his motor, and the motor was set ablaze. The man was inside the motor. And brought in the brother to contest, and the brother won. And they are fighting. They are really fighting. They are really fighting. But
whose war is it? That's what he's asking. He's saying, do you want to die in their war? That's the thing. Are they fighting you? Are they fighting for you, or they're fighting for their interest? That's the question.
Okay.
Are they fighting for you?
Now.
Are they fighting for you?
They're really fighting. They're not entertaining us at all.
I don't think you're getting the angle of this conversation. All of these fights, what's at the core of the fight? Is it so that they can make Nigeria better for me and you, or their pockets? Which one?
It is their pocket, yes. It is their pocket, but they're really fighting.
Okay.
They're not entertaining us at all. They're really fighting.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate it. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Let's just take this call.
Good afternoon, my sister.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, B.A. Akimbo is my name.
Mr. Akimbo, go ahead,
I'm
please.
calling from Iba. Yes, I think I would totally disagree with your guest today. Because those of us that have been around for a while, we have seen a lot in different political dispensations. In the First Republic, a lot of killings took place because of election issues. In the Second Republic, the same thing happened. Now, who killed Tunji Williams in Lagos? Who killed Bola Ige? These are killings that were done as a result of politically motivated disagreements. So when your guest talked about interest, of course, globally, disagreement in interests have always led to serious wars. So there is nobody that will convince me that Nigerian politicians love themselves. In fact, they do it as somebody going to the battle. So I disagree with him completely because of experiences that I have seen. Thank you and have a lovely day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kimbo, for calling. You wanted to answer, Tunji, to the first caller.
No, I wanted to say, you recall what I said, I agreed with Mr. Fayemi to an extent.
Okay.
That extent is to the fact that, look, when he said they are just entertaining, that's what I say I didn't agree with, that they're entertaining. It wasn't deliberate to entertain. There are disagreements, there are banters, there are tantrums. Yes, it doesn't mean that they are fighting. But that doesn't mean they are entertaining us. They are doing it for their own interests. So the issue of entertainment is what I don't agree with Mr. Fayemi. That was I said to an extent. But are they fighting? Are they really fighting as in what you say fight? No. They may be killing themselves in quote as they suggested, but that doesn't mean they are killing themselves for your own personal interest. They are doing it for their own personal interest. And that's not a fight that you can say they are fighting for you. No, the point we are making here is that why would people who are not benefiting be fighting over them? That is the point Mr. Fayemi was saying, that why should people be killing themselves? Because politicians are having disagreements. Or you can see, if today now the report is that people are already dying in Osun State because of this takeover of cancer. And you will notice that when you say people die now, people that will die are people who they don't even know. Who, if they are able to succeed, they will not even call them, they will not even benefit, apart from giving them 1,000, 5,000. That's the point we are making. That look, when you see, don't die in the fight in the war of the politicians. Look at the area, the thing very critically, and take your side, not based on sentiment, not based on anything. Don't join them in their fight because they are truly not fighting. They may be fighting at the point. I'm not saying when I say they are truly not fighting. They may be fighting today. Tomorrow they become friends.
So the saying about no permanent enemies in politics is obviously true.
What they are doing, that if their interests align, people you think they are fighting that they can't see eye to eye, you see them arguing themselves. By tomorrow now, if Malam El-Rufai and Asiwaju has an agreement as to what will resolve the issue, you see him turning the point and saying, look, it's a matter of father and son. And it's a matter of this and that.
Let's take a few more calls. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, Action Lady, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Chris calling from Ikoyi. Our guest, good afternoon. You know, like I always say, this double D they play in politics, especially in Nigeria. Dirty and deadly. There's one of them. I never hear him. I don't know where he belongs to now. Fani Kayode. Hello?
You have 60 seconds. So your time is ticking.
Okay. I never hear from him. Look at Buhala. Today is with these guys. Yesterday, do you know what he said about this set of people who are running the government? So you want to tell me that man is fighting for my interest? The ball is still in our court, like I always say. We are not ready. We always take sides. Look at all whatever these guys are additional to us. You will still hear some people call to support them. And they are suffering too. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate it. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Maryann. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is Godwin from Motown.
Go ahead, Godwin.
Maryann, what I want to say is that I totally disagree with your guest. Why did I say so is that? You know, there was the time I called, I told that even my son can predict who will win the election of 2027. Because, and you tell me why, and I tell you that it's because of some certain people that they put in some certain institution. Why I'm saying that is that, look at what happened in 2023. The people, every trick that the politicians are playing, Nigerian people, at least 98% of Nigeria know what they are playing. Because what they are doing, just look at what happened in 2023. A lot of people see what everybody voted for so particular people. We know what happened in INEC. We know what happened with the judiciary. What they are doing is only some few percentage, like 3 to 5% of people that they brainwash, and they will pay them and give them power for them to go out and interrupt the election because of they know that the people have already made up their mind. So there's nothing. What this man is just what your guest is saying. I respect him, but I disagree with him that Nigeria doesn't know what they want. Nigeria know what we want. Even 2027, we know what we want. Okay. But the higher people in authority will not allow us to get what we want.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. I wanted to push you further, but I have another caller waiting because I wanted to ask, if we know what we want, why do we allow ourselves to get played season in, season out? How come we're not 10 steps ahead of these politicians? Because I ask this question every other day, because we allow these bad leaders to come into power and expect that they will change by the grace of God to service us. How? Pastor Ladipo is calling us from Orile Gomu. Hello.
Maryann, good afternoon.
Yes, go ahead.
Good afternoon to your guest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is Pastor Ladipo. You see, one of the weapons that is being used today is to impoverish the people. And you know, when people are hungry, they can't think very well. That is one. Like Fireme said that they are not really fighting in quotes. The message is passing across is this, that they are using just one weapon for us, and that weapon is to influence some of their followers to go out there and begin to create confusion so that people will be indecisive. To ask a very vital question, why will people not make up their mind? The truth is this, a man who is hungry does not have value. If he doesn't have value, just like them at the top, they don't have value, they don't have integrity, so they have been succeeded in pushing it down to the followers, that the followers too doesn't know what they stand for. A lot of followers doesn't know what they stand for. That is why the likes of Buhala can say something today and tomorrow say something else. You see, there is no consistency, even amongst the followers. Once some of before they dangle carrots before them now, you see they will change the song. So how to overcome this?
But Pastor Ladipo, what does that, in one sentence, what does that say of us, the people? Because I asked my guest the same question. Is there going to be a change anytime soon? Because you and I are saying the same thing. We know that they're playing tricks, but then you keep falling for that same trick every single time.
So what is needful now is serious, what I call grassroots advocacy, to let the people know that they are giving you what belongs to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Ladipo, for calling. I want to take a few more of your thoughts. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hi, Maryann.
Yes, good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's Lubuli calling from Ikorodu.
Go ahead.
So like you said initially, in view of all those things that everybody has said, should we now resign ourselves to fate? The answer is no. So the best way to get rid of opposition is to step into the position. But with this hydra-headed monster of godfatherism plaguing our political sphere, added to the cross-carpeting by most political stalwarts and allies, how do you think we can start fixing the right place in the right place or in the square holes? See, the issue is, can Nigeria politics be sanitized? The answer is yes, but with intentionality. Who amongst all those people that come on air, if they give the person honey, he will say, no, I want to live a selfless life. No, they will remove that person. But until we all decide as a people to stop being weapons fashioned against ourselves. Look at the story your guest shared, that somebody that was trying to lead a honest life, they began to insult him. When you campaign at the campaign ground, people will say, bring out what you have. So the people are the weapon fashioned against themselves in this part of the world.
Thank you very much for calling, Ms.
are the problem.
Thank you very much for calling. I'm going to take a quick call from Uzoma and I'm going to come back to you, Tunji. Hello, Uzoma is calling us from Ikotu.
Good afternoon, Mary, and God bless you for a good job.
Yeah.
I want to ask our guests, since their fight is to entertain, the citizens, why do they then fight to eliminate each other to climb the seat? Why do they fight? Why do they kill? You will say now, if election is coming now, you'll be hearing killings here. Why do they do that, and for what reason? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Uzoma. Tunji?
Maryann, I am not saying that they are playing those games to entertain us. I am not. What I'm saying is that when you see politicians disagree or throwing tantrum and banter, or abusing themselves, or saying things that are very bad about themselves, it's not as if they are fighting deliberately. They're just trying to protect their interests. So that's my own point. The aspect of entertainment, I don't believe that it's being done deliberately to entertain. But I know that most times, well, generally, when politicians seem to be like they are at war, it doesn't matter. That's why you see them recently. You see them go for a wedding. I remember when my boss' mom died. There's nobody that you call politician in Nigeria that's not there when they were doing the burial ceremony of Dr. Bukola Saraki. There was no one that you call, even the president. He was not there, but he sent his wife and some other people. They were all there. The whether PDP, they forgot PDP, APC. Even at the ceremony, they will be even making jest of themselves regarding which party they are. So for me, if we as followers can also do this, then there won't be issue of people abusing themselves and fighting over themselves. You see people on the platform as if they were some of the people who are on the platform, they don't even know them. So majority of them are not even can't member of any party. Because they love one person or the other, whenever you talk, the next thing they will do is attack you and abuse you, and they become enemy. So for me, we don't have to die in their war. Study them very well. Look at the person you want to support him, and make your way. You see, until we all believe in this system, until we have moral principle, what is happening now today is that it's about money. Whoever has money, no matter how bad you are, you can win election in Nigeria. I'm telling you. When politicians talk about my mandate, they gave me mandate. I laugh. Most times some of them are not even popular, and they will say it was their mandate. You know, there's no mandate for some of them. They took the mandate, and Mr. Minister of FCT said it that nobody have elected that he took it. So he said it that he took.
Because I don't have time. In 1 minute, Tunji, I have to go. I have to go on a quick break. What do you think is? Yes, another drama has unfolded with the Lagos State House of Assembly now. Weeks preceding this takeover by the DSS, there were speculations here and there that the president and his wife were not happy as to how Obasa was removed, and many of us, shrug it off. But with the drama that's played out today, in 60 seconds, from a political perspective, what do you think is happening with the APC in Lagos?
Power play. And in the 2027 on ground, they are working towards 2027. Everybody's trying to be on ground and pushing themselves in a place. You see, it is now that I'm thinking probably the president was not aware when the man was, because I was thinking before now, the president not aware that the Speaker of Lagos State will be removed. It's an insult to the president, as far as I'm concerned, as a leader of the party. And because of that, that's why they were saying, look, we must do everything possible to correct this abnormal, because they see us as abnormal. And some people like.
But do you actually believe, in 40 seconds, that anything can happen with the GAC and the APC in Lagos State that will go over Asiwaju's head? Do you agree? Do you believe? So I mean,
I don't believe so.
So
I don't believe
so what is playing out now? I mean,
what we're discussing about.
Yeah, but you're saying that at first you didn't believe that the president didn't know or wasn't aware, but now you're beginning to think so.
No, I said I'm beginning to think probably maybe the president is also playing another game to say, look, to play as if he was not a part of it. But like I said I don't believe that nothing will happen in Lagos State without the president knowing about it. And if it happens, it's an insult on the president. As far as I'm concerned, it shows that the power of the president in Lagos State is being eroded. That is the meaning.
So in your own words, this is yet another entertainment for us, a game to make us feel like...
But what I see in the long run is that probably the speaker today will likely step down. I'm telling you, the pressure is too much.
Okay, well, Tunji Abdulhameed is
of Obasa political what's it called? He has the control of a particular group, and they want that area.
Okay. Tunji Abdulhameed is a politician and a lawyer. Thank you so much for speaking with us on Hard Facts. We appreciate you. Unfortunately, our time is fast spent. Thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, and thank you for having me.
All right.
My pleasure to be with you.
All right, Lagos, we're going to go on a quick break. When we come back from that break, I'll read some of your messages and we'll wrap up. Don't forget, I beg to differ. The playoffs begin today from 4 to 6 p.m. and you cannot afford to.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
Mom's love is pure. It's so much she does. Mom's special jollof puts a smile on your face.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.